Welcome back, everyone. I'm your host, Blaine Edwards, and today we are joined by Paolo, CEO and CTO of Cubecoin and Cube Ecosystem. We're also joined by Mark, CMO of Cubecoin and their ecosystem. So that's a digital currency built on Cardano that aims to revolutionize the leisure and travel industry. So guys, cheers for coming on the show.
Hello, everybody.
Nice to have a chat with you guys today. Before we dive into the juicy topics around the Cube ecosystem, can we do a quick introduction around who you are and what you do, and maybe how you first got involved with the world of cryptocurrency?
Sure. We started with our first vertical is FlyCube. We built this startup in 2017 and been quite successful. We sell basically surprise trips. And we are in 7 markets in Europe. So we started with this, and after the success, of course, COVID happened, and we decided, to diversify because of the situation. Everything was stuck, and we had already the idea of the Kube Coin. Just we will wait a bit more, but because of the situation, because we are really into crypto, because we invest in crypto since a long time, so we decided to move forward. And then it started like as usually as a brainstorm in the company, and then we realized during the brainstorm that it was getting pretty interesting. Now for us too, so all ideas, everything came up, and because we have a strong centralized technology for our startups that we will speak about it, it's really easy for us to build functionalities and features related to the Cube Coin.
Gotcha. Okay, so can we start with a brief overview of what Cubecoin is? So if you had to kind of summarize what Cubecoin is, and then we can break it down from there. So what is Cubecoin?
Cubecoin is DeFi token that we built on Cardano, and we basically decided to use it as an implementation in our verticals. So we want to see the future. We sure, because we invest in crypto, we know everything about it. We know that crypto will be a standard in the next few years. So we decided to move forward and put the Cubecoin inside our payment platforms on our websites. And because we want to promote it too, we give referral programs, awards using our Cubecoin in our platform. The Cube ecosystem that we created 1.5 years ago includes 7 verticals. 7 verticals plus all the connection we had with our partners. So what we do, we promote the Cube Coin to be used in our platforms and the partners ones.
Okay. Yeah, so you mentioned there's 7 verticals. So you've got a pretty diverse ecosystem. Do you want to step through maybe what are those products and parts of that ecosystem?
Sure. As I said, they all centralized with one algorithm, with one system, technological system that we created 2 years ago. And the first one, as I said, is the surprise trips. Then we moved during COVID to surprise restaurant. Basically, it's a really nice concept for Generation Z and millennials. The people discover their destination a few days before with the surprise trips before to go to travel, and the same happened with the restaurants. Then we realized that the same concept of the surprise can be applied in different sectors. So the new verticals, as well as this concept of surprise, but applied in the entertainment and the leisure industries. And at the same time, with Cubecoin, during this brainstorming, this various brainstorming that we had, with the technology we have, we will build an NTF platform as well that's like focused only on adventures, only on travel and contents related to our startups. And apart from that, for example, as we are going to build the pre-sale through our system, basically we will use the same technology for launchpads, swap, and exchange. This is part of the roadmap, the long-term roadmap. So all these verticals are unified by the surprise concept and the technology we have behind.
Gotcha. So this surprise concept is like a kind of a fundamental kind of idea to your brand, and that is kind of sprinkled over all the different products that you have in your ecosystem. And then you have the yeah, yeah, and then you have the Cubecoin. So I imagine obviously people can use that Cubecoin as a way to pay for different things within this ecosystem. But what other utility does that coin have? Like integrating a coin into what you guys are doing. Why are you doing that other than just another medium to exchange within your ecosystem? Like what utility does it have?
Utility is related to the, well, basically when a customer buys through our platforms, it's not only based on buying, it's also based on referring our verticals to other people, to friends. We have a referral program and an ambassador program. So speaking about the financial part, because the use case for customers, we spoke about it, but then there is the financial one. We strongly think that see in the future that the Cubecoin is really related to the success of our Cube ecosystem. So if you invest in our Cubecoin, for example, in the pre-sale, then the ICO, and then when we release it to the market, it's going to go up, not only because we apply the tokenomics or financial strategy, the usual ones you have in the crypto ecosystem. It's also related, like the stock market, it's related to the success of the verticals. So more success we have with our surprise companies and the other verticals, upper goes the chart for our crypto. That's the main utility for it. Gotcha. And we at the beginning, actually speaking about utility, we were thinking about doing, utility or security system for the crypto. So we create a token or we build our own blockchain. As we have already the startups to take care of, it's not the time to build our blockchain. But the final step is to build it, to give some.
Again, so that's kind of like in the long-term roadmap.
Long-term, yes.
Gotcha.
Yes. Right now, we don't want to invest in a blockchain because we basically want this to go up first, and then it will come. So this is now the reason why it's an utility and not security yet.
Gotcha. And so you guys are obviously building on Cardano at the moment. What is the reasoning behind picking Cardano as your blockchain to build on?
We started with, as usual, everybody, when they want to build a token, they go to Binance or Ethereum for the smart chain. And we created one, just to test it. And then we realized it wasn't enough. Basically, it wasn't enough. It was like 1,000 millions, I don't know, of other tokens that are created. We wanted something substantial, something strong. So because we fund of Cardano, we invested our own money in Cardano. We're following the roadmap every day, basically. I tried to contact with them. So it cost me like a month and a half to get in touch with the man. And then I pitched my project, our project. We had long meetings about it, and then we decided to collaborate. So they were happy to collaborate with us, and we created a Slack channel with them. So we are in touch almost every day for the technological part. We were speaking about the testnet, and basically we found out that we need something behind as it's a token for us. It's not. We want a strong blockchain. So we see that Cardano will do a really good, the roadmap is amazing. What they're doing is amazing. We want to be part of it. So that's why we, instead of, having this easy way to create a token through those blockchains, we decided to do smart chains. We decided to do with Cardano. Also because they didn't really release the smart contracts yet. So these are the two reasons why we wanted to go with them. We see that the technology is really advanced compared with Ethereum. We see that they one day will decentralize their platforms. For us, like, it's really democratic, it's amazing. So we want to follow this. And that's That's why we joined Cardano, and we're really glad that we did it, because also for our brand, because we want to be professional, really professional. We don't want to be like, yeah, we created another token in the market. No, we want something strong, because the company is stronger, so it needs to be justified.
Yeah. It's obviously biased here, but Cardano is a pretty awesome blockchain, and then with smart contracts around the corner as well, 12th of September, it's going to be a really exciting times for the Cardano community, and also people building on Cardano as well, like you guys. So it's exciting times ahead. So we're talking about your token, Cubecoin, and that is part of this kind of elaborate ecosystem that you guys have got going on and working on. How can people get their hands on the token? Is there some sort of pre-sale, or how can people acquire or buy the token at the moment?
First step is the IDO, the pre-sale, because the smart contracts are not released yet, first of all. And we started like looking for launchpads. So we're speaking with Binance, we're speaking with some of them. And then because we have the technology, we decide why we don't build in our website. So first thing, to get in touch, to get to know Cubecoin, you join our Telegram, our Twitter, and you subscribe to our newsletter. And shortly, in a few days, we will release the pre-sale on our website. So basically, we built our own launchpad on our website, and it's going to be released in a few days.
In a few days.
This is the first step. Then, considering the launch of the smart contracts in Cardano, then we do the ICO, and then we release the token to the market, and then it goes by itself. We do just some adjustment, but not that much, because we want this to be, financially. Are we sure it's going? As I said before, it's going to go up by itself.
Gotcha. So there's some kind of launch on your website in the coming days where people can go on there and buy the token. Is there like maybe we could talk about the tokenomics. So how many tokens are there? How much are the tokens? And what is the distribution of those tokens as well?
The pre-sale, I'm reading, of course, the pre-sale, 16%. And then we have liquidity locked 10% that we will lock as soon as it will be released to the market. For our board, because this company is it's not only us, we have investors, so we already had investment rounds. So we had an agreement also with our partners. So 10% is for our board, 10% of burn, progressive burn. It's the only action we will do when the token will be released to the market. And then we have the ecosystem expansion is 4%. It means for marketing. 4% will be used for marketing, and then the 50% will be released to the market.
Yeah, gotcha. Okay, so with the launch on your website, what do people need to register? How do they have to do any steps that they need to go through to participate?
This is the most bureaucratic part, because we need to do it in a proper way. So there is a KYC registration to fill, so the face recognition and everything. And we need to stick to the legal terms, also if it's not a regulated market, but we need to stick to the legal terms worldwide and in Spain. So what we did, there are countries that are excluded, of course, from the IPO, from the pre-sale. And they have to register through, and we have to, once the registration is submitted, we have to approve them. And we do it manually to be sure, because it's the first time we do the pre-sale, so we want to be sure that everybody is safe and we are safe legally. So we already did all the process with the lawyers, the legal opinion, then we do the audit once we finish the pre-sale. So this is the first step: register to our KYC, and then you will be able to participate to the pre-sale as soon as we announce it.
Gotcha. Okay, so those that are listening and want to get their hands on the token, this is some steps that they can do to do that. What does the rest of the roadmap look like for Cubecoin for say, the rest of the year and also maybe parts of next year? Like, what can you step through maybe some of the key milestones in the roadmap?
I'm going to give you a shot on the short-term roadmap, because the long-term, as I said, is ending with the blockchain, the decentralization, or everything. So let's stick to the short-term, and so because we have a 5 years roadmap, includes the startups as well. Yeah. So specifically for Cubecoin, as I said, in Q3 we will have the pre-sale, then the audit as soon as we finish it. The liquidity locked as soon as the token will be released to the market. So we have a jump for the first investors that join us at the beginning as a reward. Then we should have the public launch at the end of the Q3. It depends, of course, on the Cardano smart contracts, but as far as we know, we are on time for that. Then we apply, of course, for CoinMarketCap, CoinGecko, all the charts website, and then we implement the token in Q4 of 2021. We implement the token in our websites. So the first website will be FlyCube and EatCube that will be implemented, the surprise trips one and the restaurant ones. And then in 2022, we're going to be in exchange. And we have already commitments. I've been in Silicon Valley for 2 months. I just came back 2 weeks ago, and I've been in contact with a few of them. Amazing exchange project. There will be some of them are already famous. Some of them I think they will blow up in 2022. So we already have commitment with some exchanges for Q1, and then in 2022, the Q2. There will be the Cube ecosystem expansion. So we start to build the other startup, the other 7 startup.
Yeah,
and that's what I say. Sorry if it's a bit long. The expansion of the Cube ecosystem, it means that's why it's really related to the Cubecoin. So as soon as we build the other startups and they're all connected, they will go up, and for sure the token go up as well. It's really strong.
Gotcha. Okay, so if someone, I just want to step through. So if someone goes ahead, they participate in your launch, they get the token, what can they do? So you've got FlyCube, you have EatCube at the moment, which are apps which people can use at the moment. When they have the token, how can they use that token other than being like an investment? How else, like if I've got some Cubecoin in my wallet, how can I use it? Like, what are the different use cases for me as a holder of Cubecoin?
At the beginning, you can buy our products. In the use case, basically the action list is buy our products, use it as a referral to involve other people, earn other tokens through the referral program and the ambassador program, and get also prizes. You know, there is in restaurant, in hospitality industry is different, but in travel industry, it's a war of prices. So we are into this industry since 4 years, so we know exactly how it works, and there is a lot of competition. It's the hugest market in the world, apart from the COVID. You know, it was the half of the market cap, but it's the hugest market in the world, and there is this war on prices. So what we can do using the Cubecoin to buy our trips, you get really strong discounts, and you help us to in this war with our competitors.
Gotcha. And is there any way for people to, like, I know on other DeFi products that people can stake, they can farm, they can do certain actions in order to earn tokens. Do you have any of that functionality in the works for you guys?
Yes, the Cube Swap. Yeah, the Cube Swap will be, this is not the short-term roadmap, as I say. It's going to start from Q3 to 2022. We'll update the roadmap in time. And the Cube Swap, as we have the technology, will be at beginning to exchange. It's not going to be an exchange yet, but you can use it as a swap.
Okay, so gotcha.
Swap, port swap, this kind of one. And then, of course, it will be an exchange.
Gotcha. So that's obviously a bit later down the track. But when you
Yeah,
have so you mentioned maybe Q3, Q2 of next year.
Q3 of next year is
Gotcha.
after we build the other three verticals. They are not launched yet.
Gotcha. And I know I'm just having a look at your website now, having a look at the ecosystem, and I recommend people check out the website because there's the ecosystem is pretty cool. Like there's so many different things that you guys are working towards. I'm just looking at one now, Cubebox and WowCube. That's obviously that's got coming soon there. So these are later down in the roadmap. But can you maybe touch on what those are? So Cubebox and WowCube, what are they?
Yes, so Cubebox is something that we already have, but we're doing manually. So like it's our B2B vertical. So we work with companies, like as an example, we are partnered with Accenture, with I can name few of them, Avis Budget and DHL. We have a few we have quite a few companies that we work with, and we give all our products can be sold also as gifts. So we sell them as physical gifts for employees and managers in the companies. So I don't know if there is really huge market for the boxes. Let's say for the gift boxes, we already entered with B2C, with B2B with our agent 3 years ago, and it was pretty successful. What we do with Cubebox, we release it to the B2C customers. So it's nothing related to our technology, it's related to our product, the surprise ones. And then Wow, I cannot tell what it is because it's an amazing project. It's the one they actually include all the other verticals, and it's an app. I can say it's an app that we will be using.
Okay, gotcha.
We for travelers and also local, and it can be used for everything. I cannot say that much actually yet, unfortunately.
Top secret, but people can follow your social medias, I guess, and keep up to date with any fresh news if anything happens. Okay, so top secret, the WowCube. The EatCube and FlyCube, these are products that people can use at the moment. Are these apps that people can download?
Yeah, with the platform is a website. We don't have an app for that until now. EatCube is a website, and also you can download it for iPhone, for Apple, and Android. It's we have two vertical inside the vertical. Sorry for the we have different vertical for that. So basically, for the EatCube surprise restaurants, we have two products in it. You can go to the restaurants and you discover the restaurants 2 hours before. But you can also have it as a surprise delivery. That's quite innovative because we are the only ones, and you will discover it when it gets to the door. So the rider will bring to you. It's like Uber Eats, but surprise way. And for that, it's an app. So we need an app. So you need to connect the restaurant, the rider. So you need an app for that.
Yeah, and can you maybe talk about the surprise aspect? So this is something that you're kind of integrating into all of these different areas. Why the surprise? What's the rationale for that?
Yeah, there is a problem in the market in general for the new generations. It's the choice. Like the time you spend on the choice, it costs you time and money. So we realized that 4 years ago. That's why we want to apply it to different sectors. So with the surprise concept, the people don't decide. So actually, they partially decide, but they leave to us the decision for them. So it makes in travel, for example, it makes the booking process really fast. Imagine the amount, when you want to go on vacation, imagine the amount of hotels, imagine the amount of offers, the cheapest price you can find for your flight, all these things, we do it for you. Like a normal travel agency, but with the surprise added value. So in this way, This way, you have our booking process is like 30 seconds, just the time to fill the details and discard some destinations and put some extras, but basically it's 30 seconds. So in this way, the choice part goes away. And we found out that the new generations, they really need that. They don't want to decide. Of course, they want to decide for themselves. They want it easier because technology is built for that, to make everything easier. So we took it and we put it in a branding concept, the surprise one. And that's why it was DEX accessible.
Yeah, that's a really interesting idea. Because, so the surprise, what I'm hearing, one part of it is that it actually saves, at its core, it kind of saves people time because it removes that choice phase, which requires time and energy. And so that's one aspect, saving time, and a product that saves you time and energy is usually a good idea. And then the other part sorry.
A lot of fun out of it because the book, it's not the travel, the experience itself. It's also during the booking process. It's like a game, so you will find fun. And you don't have to say there. Look, the hotel, how it is. Blah, blah, blah. It's really nice.
Yeah, so it saves time. Then also you're kind of gamifying that process a bit as well. Interesting. So the team. We've only got a couple more questions to go, but we've been talking about this ecosystem and your roadmap. Can you talk about the team that's working towards turning this dream into something real?
Well, Mark is our marketing manager. We have Sophia, our product manager. Basically, is the same team we have in our verticals, and we have a team of developers. But for Cubecoin, actually, because our CTO for now is busy with FlyCube, is not included yet in Cubecoin. But we have another CTO. So for now, I'm handling the project beginning. But once we release the smart contract, it just has to finish some tasks, a CTO task, and then it will jump in Cubecoin as well. So finally, I will be only CEO, so I don't have to, to follow the Scrum board and everything. And then we have an operation manager that sticks to me for the last 2 years. She's specialized in travel, and she works also for the surprise restaurants operations. And we have a company of 24 employees right now. There were a bit more before COVID, but we started back in June. So we reopened, relaunched everything in June, and it's working pretty well compared to, considering the situation and our sectors. And we hope we hire more people in October. Also through Cubecoin. We need people also on Cubecoin. So the main team is, as I said, Mark, me, Sophia, Neos, the operation manager, and Daniel, the CTO of Cubecoin as well soon, and 24 employees for now. Hopefully more as soon as possible.
Cool. And how can people connect with you guys? Social media, website, chat groups? How can people connect with you and support what you guys are doing?
In our white paper, there is my direct email, and they can connect with us with email on the website, with social media, Twitter, Telegram, and LinkedIn, of course. Actually, they're already getting in touch with me through LinkedIn, to know more about Cubecoin.
And all these links I'll include in the description. Before I move on to the closing question, are there any other topics you wanted to talk about before we finish up, or we covered most of the bases?
We covered most of them. I'm checking the white paper. We covered most of them. So, I can say actually to make sure that investors do their own research and make the right decision to invest in Cubecoin, we're going to say how we're going to use the funds of the pre-sale.
Okay.
The funds of the pre-sale, I guarantee they will be used only in the company. It's nothing personal, nothing for the board, or nothing for that. This is something that will come when the token will be released to the market. So for now, what we're going to do with this money, we're going to invest 30% in technology to finish building the algorithm. We have already the Cube system. 50% for marketing for all verticals, is not only Cubecoin. So we're going to invest in them, and 50% to optimize operations, because we had a lack of resources during COVID, and we're going to optimize the operations. And it's going to be really like more analytics monitoring than operation itself, because with the 100% automate algorithm, we don't need the manual work anymore. And 5% is really important, is the security of the token and the legal part for the audit, so to make sure that everything is going well, we don't have any issue with government or any regulatory entity.
Yeah. Okay, so this is a breakdown of how you're going to use the pre-sale money.
Correct.
Yeah. Yes. So reinvesting straight back into the ecosystem, which is a benefit which is obviously a good thing to hear if you're looking at investing into a product that they're reusing the money to make the product better.
Yeah. Imagine that, considering that we are, we are a startup, a scale up, so we're always in touch with investors like venture capitals. So we apply the same methodology here. We are not like two guys, from a day to another, let's create a token. There's something behind, so we use the same strategy, the same way to speak with our private investor in this case.
Yeah. Alrighty. So final question that I love to ask everyone, since we're all in this Cardano ecosystem and you guys are building on this blockchain, what excites you the most about the future of Cardano?
I think we agree on that because we've been speaking about it a lot. Cardano, as far as we know, will totally decentralize their blockchain. We don't know when, probably in 2-3 years. We don't know exactly, but this is the main point. Actually, we see Cardano the most democratic technology we've seen so far. So that's the main reason we fan of Cardano. Mm-hmm. And we are glad that we are with them.